Hi, I'm Scott Hislop,
And I'm Brad Crockett.
and we have a law firm in the Spokane Valley called Wolff Hislop Crockett.
In our experience, the law is complex, and it can prevent good people from doing great things. So part of our mission as a law firm is to help guide our clients through that process to help them reach their goals.
Many people have questions they want to ask a lawyer, but they're either afraid to call a lawyer, don't know how much it's going to cost, or don't know who to call.
So that's why we're making these videos. We're trying to answer questions that we get from family, friends, clients, and answer them in an engaging, understandable way. This is our first video in our first series of Off the Clock Attorney Talk, where we're going to answer questions without billing you for the time.
So the first topic we're going to discuss is a question we get quite often, and that's about estate planning.
Now, we've both done estate plans for clients before, but I don't have nearly as much experience as Scott in this area. He's our resident expert. Scott, how many clients would you say you've assisted with estate plans?
In the 20 years of my practice, hundreds.
That's why I'll be asking the questions and Scott will be providing the information. So let's start at the top. What is an estate plan, Scott?
So an estate plan is, well, what's an estate? Your estate is those assets that you have during your life and then again at your passing. So all of your bank accounts, your cars, your house, your retirement accounts, those things that you have, that's your estate. An estate plan is a plan that will take care of what you want to have happen with your assets, either during your life when you can't make decisions for yourself or at your passing, and then who you want to do that for you.
What sort of documents are included in an estate plan?
There are four main documents that make up an estate plan. One of them is a will document. The next is a physician's directive, or sometimes called a living will. Another document is a durable power of attorney. And the fourth document is a durable power of attorney with healthcare decisions and nomination of guardian. A durable power of attorney is different than a regular power of attorney in this way. In the event that I'm incapacitated or you're incapacitated from a car accident, a knock on the head, or we just get too old, we can't make decisions for ourselves. And that durable provision allows our attorney, in fact, the person we choose to make decisions for us, make those decisions.
We're going to talk some more about each of these documents in later videos, but in this one, we're just going to kind of do an overview about estate planning in general. So with those documents, does someone have to get all of those things as part of their estate plan?
During a meeting with an attorney, you don't have to do all four of those documents. However, it's a good idea, and they make up a full estate plan, to have all four of those documents. So one can do one document, and if there's something changes and it doesn't change in the other three documents, you can make the change to that one document.
Now, to be honest, when I first heard the word estate plan, I thought of rich old people. Is an estate plan just for wealthy people?
No. An estate plan is a plan for everybody. If we have a plan to go to the grocery store and get a list of items at the grocery store, you write a plan. So an estate plan is how you take care of those things that you have and who you want to do them. So whether you have $5 or you have $5 million or $50 million, an estate plan is a good idea.
Now, do I have to use an attorney to prepare my estate plan?
No, you don't have to use an attorney to prepare your estate plan. But the experience that comes from an attorney helping you through the process to create that plan, to answer your questions, to ask you questions that you hadn't thought of yourself, is the benefit of using an attorney. That experience is helpful in making the plan efficient and taking less time and frustration in doing it yourself.
What about all the forms that are available online? Can those be used by somebody to prepare an estate plan?
Yes, they can. One can go online and find a document, they can fill it out, they can use it, they can create it. However, the caveat, the risk that you run in doing that is that you create a document that will conflict with some other document or some other plan that someone has for you. Or you just don't read it right. Sometimes these documents can be detailed and have a lot of legalese in them. You want to make sure you understand what is being said and what powers you're giving away in a power of attorney and what other documents or what other powers you're giving in the other documents.
So then let's talk about the elephant in the room. What would it cost? Is it expensive to see an attorney about doing an estate plan?
Sometimes it can be, depending on what assets you have in your estate. It can be expensive, but if you have assets and you want to protect them and or you want to pass them in a certain way, sometimes it's worth paying that price. You can also interview or talk with the attorney that you're going to go to, make sure they're the right fit for you, make sure you understand the costs, and make sure you're comfortable with the costs before you engage that lawyer. So it doesn't have to be expensive.
Now, you said that lawyers can prepare estate plans. Can any lawyer prepare my estate plan?
Yes, any lawyer can, just as you can prepare your own estate plan. However, I do think it's important to find an attorney that has a passion and an understanding of the estate plan world. It'd be more efficient and better for you individually to have an estate planning attorney assist you in the creation of your estate plan.
Now, I know one question I get from a lot of people is about probate and how to avoid it. First, what is probate?
Probate is the process by which the court assists the person who's in charge of your estate after you die to gather assets, pass out assets, follow the rules of the will document. And that general process, it depends on what state you're in, but that general process is called the probate process.
And through estate planning, can you avoid probate?
Yes, one can avoid probate using a different document and different tools than we've talked about here. A trust is one way to do that, a revocable living trust. We'll talk about that in a different video, but there are ways to avoid probate using those documents. However, I have to say that probate's not always a bad thing. It also is a way to set rules and boundaries for which assets are going to be collected, debts are going to be paid, and assets get passed out after those debts are paid. Depending on the jurisdiction you're in, the state you're in, a probate can be a great tool that helps in the efficiency of passing out the assets according to your will, how you want them passed out.
Thanks, Scott. That was great. And thanks to you for watching our first video in our series on estate planning of Off the Clock Attorney Talk. We know this was a lot of information, and we'll be covering some more of these topics in more detail in the future. So feel free to like, comment, and subscribe.
If you want to know more about our law firm, check us out on our webpage or on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn.